Harmony and Oneness. July 26, 2015. The interpretation of oneness is multi-sided. To some people of your earthly home, oneness means seeing the usefulness in all things, with every little thing and side of things being an important part in the greater scheme of things. Oneness can be described as being non-differentiation. There is good, there is bad, there is positive as well as negative, pleasure and pain, etc. When you have the consciousness of oneness, you are able to easily perceive the unity of all life, understanding that all sides of any duality are vital for the development and progression of life. If you took some time to reflect back on your own life, you will be able to recognize many of the biggest negatives that you experienced were often the catalyst that prompted you to act, what inspired and empowered you to make changes that directed your progress and success. Without those negative experiences, you would never have learned what was needed to produce change during that time. You would not have learned what your boundaries were, or how tolerant and persevering you are. When you see and understand the dynamic value of the negative and see that within it there is something wonderfully positive, or any other polar opposite, is your beginning of your recognition of oneness, where your perception changes, and you are able to clarify all parts as necessary for the emerging of your new you. Not a you that just has a bad side or a good side, a you that is complete and whole, a you that is one with the world, one with the life that is thriving all around them, and one with their whole self. Unfortunately, there are still many people that operate from a divided consciousness, and the world they look at is misconstrued. When there is misunderstanding, many times there is unnecessary suffering. Many times, happiness is only accepted when one certain outcome is received, but disgusted if a different outcome is reached. Great panic is felt when sudden situations arise that hold life-changing potential, changes that ruffle your current way of living and being, simply because there is a lack of oneness in your perception of self and of the world that you are intricately a part of. So much effort is being used in choosing what is wanted instead of accepting what is available in the here and now. Majority of the people look out at the world from a divided self, experiencing the polar divisions that life can bring instead of seeing life from an undifferentiated expression of oneness. It is good to know, beautiful, dear ones, that the more conscious you become, the more you are able to embrace and acknowledge that being whole, united, and one, is important to the development and growth of not only your life, but of all life. It is necessary to remember that the changes you bring also bring changes to others. Your life is not the only one being affected. When you are able to see all sides of a situation, instead of just one, the spectrum of life changes. You feel compelled to engage yourself in happier activities that encourage more fulfillment and satisfaction. Embracing oneness for all life, including your own, is a worthwhile endeavor. You were born with a divided consciousness. The more aware you became, the more you recognized how separate you were from others, and you identified yourself by your differences from others. When one lives in the primeval consciousness of the physical body, it is from that place that the world is perceived. When you begin to mingle with others, you begin to awaken to feelings, sensations, and emotions. You come to realize that maybe you are not so separate as you once thought, but it takes time to embrace total oneness and to let go of the duality of wanting this or that. It is ignorance that prevents unifying knowledge to be known and embraced. The more you progress and move forward, the more possibilities and opportunities you are greeted with. The more your mind evolves, the more you are able to see between the extremities of life and embrace them fully. When you are able to embrace all experiences with equal fervor, you reduce suffering and delight yourself by becoming more insightful. When your perception changes and you are able to accept through higher levels of consciousness that there is unity in all elements, then you begin knowing at a profound level the beauty of the perception of oneness. Is it possible to bring higher consciousness into your daily life? The more you move away from egocentric ways, you loosen the ties of what was causing the division. When you are able to clearly see the truth of things in their multifaceted range of possibilities, then you are less prone to favor one truth over another. You will be able to make sense of what is, and have deeper insight into the true conditions of life at any moment. When you suffer less, your energy is increased into higher realms of positivity that will produce deeper, longer-lasting feelings of joy and happiness for being alive. The more you are able to embrace the multifold of any particular side of a situation, the less suffering you will endure. As you move more into oneness for all life, including oneness for your own life, what you are also endorsing is harmony. Harmony has many definitions, and sometimes its definition depends on where you are in life. But when you are coming from a place of oneness, harmony describes a great balance in all interests, deepened awareness for all people that are associated with every situation and event that is uplifting and empowered by a greater truth that is beneficial to all. It is well understood, beautiful, dear ones, that harmony is also described as having a mutual kin with peace, balance, goodwill towards all life, positive dialogue, and common fulfillment. When there is harmony, discord is eliminated. When there is love, any inner rancor turns into outer enjoyableness. When you have harmony, you are demonstrating through your actions, thoughts, words, feelings and choices that you respect other people's sensitivities. It is important to be reminded that the many problems that happen in life are problems that stem from harmony. When you are able to bring the greatness of harmony into all aspects of your total self, then problems can be diffused. When you embrace each aspect of you, be it between your physical, emotional, or mental sides, you can see how harmony dynamically affects your behavior, habitual ways, and lessens your opinions, deepens your values, adds more levels of organization, increases energy, and much more. It is the definitive harmonies of nature that are incredibly spiritual, and it is these harmonies that bring forth oneness. It is important, beautiful, dear souls, to comprehend that to be in harmony does not mean you are compromising anything. What it means is that you are using a higher mode of understanding, in order to discover an accurate way to reconcile with the polarities of life that you encounter. Keep in mind that any opposite that you discover is also a portion of an aspect of oneness that is pursuing right expression through the varied production of their resistance. Each of you are encouraged to continue to strive to find the broadest and the most involving harmony in all that you do, and to embrace your oneness that is interwoven with all life and the universe, as you embrace and accept oneness as an integral and vital part to the harmony you seek to bring into all things. Beautiful, dear souls. I am Amaterasu, the Shinto deity of the sun, through Julie Miller. spiritualnetworks.com